Okay, and you get into the database and manage whatever. The last one, the commercial product, my little admin. That's SQL. That's control panel using a SQL Server Express. So we need to connect against a SQL Server Express, which is more or less the same, but with localhost / SQL Server Express. That's it. And right button, paste, connect, and you get access to the database. In the example, we can analyze the connection string. So connection, and as you can see here, we got in the first place the original data source parameter, which is pointing to blah, blah, blah. And then we got our data source, that in this case is on the same machine, but you can use another machine. And the original integrated security is set to no, but our integrated security is set to true. Then the last wins, and we get access to the control panel. And you can do the same with an Oracle application. In this example, it's just a testing application, because it's not that common to find on the internet control panels to manage Oracle databases with integrated security enabled. So in this example, it's just a testing application that we developed doing the same. So user data source equals to localhost, right button, integrated security equals to true, and you get access to the internal application. Is that all? So the good idea with this is that if someone is working on your company, like a vendor or a partner or whatever, or an internal user, he can try to do the same with the integrated security parameter. The idea is that if he is able to publish an ASP or JSP application on the web server, he is going to be able to try to connect against any database on your company, which is very bad. In a hosting environment in which someone is able to put a file into your server, or maybe he's using Foca and discover a put method enabled on your website, he can upload a scanner to discover the whole network, trying the integrated security connection against the database. It's so simple. So we developed a scanner, which is CSPP Scanner, which is available for download in that URL, and you can try it in your company. So the idea is quite simple. You put the ASP file on your website and just click the button, and then the application is going to scan the whole network with internal IP address, trying to connection string with the integrated security equals to true. And if the application discovers a SQL server, then try to give you a SQL query environment in which you can throw your SQL queries against the internal database. So it's quite simple. Let's see this in a demo in our testing environment. So it looks like this, and the idea is that you only have to put this file into the website. Then the application is going to check how many network interface you have on the web server, and just clicking on the network interface, you can scan the whole network, scan with 100 threads, scan SQL servers, and now it is going to try to discover the SQL servers. In this case, there is only one SQL server, which is the one I'm using for the demos, and once it discovers it, I only have to click on it and get connection. It's quite simple. So, finishing. All this product, all this commercial software was was advised before we released the talk, and they released an advisory in September. People of My Little Admin and My Little Backup released this security advisory about this vulnerability, and it says that there is a new version that fixes one security vulnerability. The good idea is, or the funny thing about this software is that at the beginning, when we got in contact with the main developer, he said that wasn't a vulnerability, that wasn't a feature. So yeah, so it released first a small patch with a minor security update vulnerability, because it's minor that anyone can get into your database. It's a minor security. It's not that important. Your application is running, so that's important. And that guy was very, very nervous at the beginning when we got in contact with him, because he was worried about the business. So he counterattacked with a marketing campaign saying, okay, there's a minor security vulnerability or minor security bug, but a lot of companies are using our products, like the US government, GoDaddy, the US Army again. Oh my God. That's quite nice, because I got the cam, but now I got the target. So it's quite nice. I love it. Yeah. That's for you.
This application is not maintained anymore, so if you are so unlucky to be using this, you're going to have to patch it yourself. So it's basically you just have to go over the code. It's actually not very well written, so there's not like one single place where you go and change it. There's connections and strings all over the place. So you have to go over the code and change these connection and strings for the proper way of doing it with the objects in the framework that we were mentioning before.
And the last one is the ASP.NET Web Data Administrator. Originally, it was a Microsoft application that in 2004 released as an open source project, and since that moment, Microsoft didn't maintain the software. The problem is that Microsoft was publishing the old version on the internet, and there is a small problem with the search engine optimization, that Microsoft has more page rank than open source project. So everybody was trying to download the ASP.NET Web Data Administrator. The first link that appears on the web search web engine was the Microsoft link. So it was a problem, because there was no difference between the original, which was unsecure, and the open source project, which is secure. So we got in contact with Microsoft, and Microsoft in the end take it off from the internet. So right now it's impossible to download the unsecure version, which is good. And
how you fix this? So give me this. First of all, we've seen that you can steal credentials by allowing outbound connections to your server. So set up your servers, set up your firewalls correctly, and don't allow outbound connections that you shouldn't. You've also seen that by using integrated security equals true, you can use system accounts to try different servers inside the network. Usually, you don't need that many accounts in all your servers. So if you could take care of individual servers, what accounts do I need here and there, is going to harden a lot your organization, because even with an integrated integrated security equals true, if there's no credentials in the other servers, then there's nothing you can do. Of course, don't use string concatenations. Use the connection string builder object that is provided to you by the framework. And if you don't have any other option, filter the semicolons.
And that's all. Questions at room 113. Thanks for all.
Thank you.